It is said that Jamaica is the capital of the Caribbean. With a population of over 2.8 million, a diverse culture, world-class athletes, and tantalizing foods, it's no wonder everyone wants to claim a piece of paradise. But behind all of this, Jamaica cries from a wound that just cannot be healed. Her spiraling murder rates have always overpowered the feeble attempts of the two main political parties. So much so that in 2022, the worst murder rate globally was found to be Jamaica, with 52.9 homicide victims per 100,000 inhabitants. Females, children, and the elderly have not escaped this onslaught. In past years, females and children were off limits. Now, it's a bloodbath for the most vulnerable. Even the elderly are not spared. Unplanned pregnancies, limited opportunities, and those who live below the poverty line has made it more possible to see households without fathers. As a result, an increasing number of gangs have emerged, making it a challenge for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Presently, there are 262 that are currently active of 379. Come with me while I take you to the south of the island, where the most vicious and gruesome crime was committed. Clarendon is the third largest parish, with a population of over 200,000. It is well known to be a farming community, with many landmarks and historic sites. Within the parish, you may find several other rural communities, and we will focus on one such called Cocoa Peace. It was arguably one of the most heinous crimes to have rocked this tiny island. Many Jamaicans, both near and far, will forever remember the brutal slaying of Kemisha Wright and her 4 children by the hands of a family member. Like most Jamaican mothers, without the presence of a father inside the home, she made the most of what she could to provide for herself and her children. A graduate of Edwin Adeline High School, she wanted more. Kemisha was also enrolled as a nursing student and operated a small shop within her community. Her cousin, Roshane Barnett, who lived in another parish, Trelawney, was unemployed. It was also alleged that he was involved in lottery scamming and needed to leave his community as it became more violent. He reached out to Kemisha to ask if he could stay with her, and without hesitation, she gladly accommodated him. As time went by, Kemisha realized that he had overstayed his welcome, as there were constant domestic disputes, of which the household had become tense. Even her children had started to distance themselves from him. One such dispute, as outlined in his caution statement to the police, had resulted from Kemisha informing him not to collect monies from the shop on her behalf. Roshane felt he was disrespected because it was said in the presence of her customers. It was from this incident that he contemplated how he was going to carry out his murderous plot and repay her for his perceived disrespect. On that fateful night, Roshane, filled with contempt and extreme rage, stabbed Kamisha 48 times in her chest, her neck, and her abdomen. He further slit her throat. Seeing what was taking place with their mother, the three little girls threw whatever they could at him, but his anger was too much. After he was through with Kamisha, he proceeded to stab all three children, with the eldest, Kimanda Smith, running for safety. She too was caught, stabbed multiple times, and her throat slit. All 5 victims, Kamisha Smith, Kimanda Smith, Shara Lee, and Rafaela Smith, along with 23-month-old Keyshawn Henry Jr., were pronounced dead at the scene. Rushane Barnett wasted no time in leaving the community. He changed his clothes and discarded the bloody knife, heading back to his hometown in Trelawney. He was, however, captured 3 days later and confessed to all 5 murders, sparing him the death penalty. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, explains why he was not given the death penalty.
Now, persons ask, why is it that there was no death penalty? Again, I go back to my rule of law comment. Once it is recognized in our law and all countries that have our jurisprudential architecture, that once an accused person pleads guilty, there must, not that there may, there must be a credit for pleading guilty. In death penalty cases, the credit, not that it may, it must be that the death penalty is taken off the table.
Rushane was given 5 concurrent life sentences of 61 years without the possibility of parole. He was only 23 years of age at the time of the murders. Hundreds turned out in support of family and friends of the victims, including government officials. The government of Jamaica also assisted with the funeral expenses. Kamisha was a typical Jamaican mother who was kind, hardworking, and accommodating. It was these attributes that led to her and her children being slaughtered by a man who should have protected her. If you think the killer was fairly or unfairly punished, please leave your comments. For more crime stories within Jamaica and the Jamaican diaspora, please subscribe, like, and share. This is Marsha. Thank you for watching more of what you love on Island Crimes.